Alright mates, buckle up because this one's a ripper. We are talking about the ex-tropical cyclone Alfred and how it's set to blow a $1.2 billion hole in the economy. But here's the kicker. Labor's using it as a shield to justify their budget decisions, while the coalition's already sharpening their knives, ready to call it wasteful spending. Who's right? Who's full of it? And most importantly, what does this mean for your wallet? Now, before we get stuck in, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. And if you're sick of the political circus, check out our Albo Says Relax t-shirt, on sale for the next 48 hours only. Links in the description. Right, let's rip in. So, Treasurer Jim Chalmers fronted the media in Brissy, looking all serious, talking about the human and economic costs of Cyclone Alfred. Now, make no mistake, this storm was a bloody monster. It smashed through southeast Queensland and northern NSW, left 5 million Aussies in its path, and cut power to nearly 500,000 homes. Now, you'd think the government would focus purely on disaster relief, but nope. This has already become a political battleground. Chalmers reckons this will be a key factor in next week's federal budget, with Labor forking out an extra $1.2 billion for payments and rebuilding efforts. That's on top of the $135 billion already budgeted for natural disaster response. Sounds good, right? Well, not everyone's buying it. See, the coalition, led by Peter Dutton and his right-hand man Angus Taylor, are gearing up to tear Labor to shreds over this spending. They've already been out there banging on about waste in the budget, and Chalmers isn't having a bar of it. He straight up called out the opposition, claiming that if they were in power, this money wouldn't even be on the table. And that, mates, is where things get juicy. Chalmers didn't just stop at defending the spending, he went in hard on the coalition's past record. And let's be real, he's not wrong about a few things. Remember when they were last in power? Medicare cuts, stagnant wages, and skyrocketing inflation. Labor's throwing all that back in their faces. And now, with the tax cuts set to roll out, Chalmers is warning that a coalition win could put all that at risk. But here's the thing, Dutton's no idiot. He's watching all of this unfold, probably sitting back with his arms crossed, waiting to pounce. And don't be surprised if the coalition plays the Labor can't manage money card right before the next election. That's politics, folks. But let's cut through the spin for a second. How bad is this cyclone's impact? Really? Well, according to Treasury, we are looking at 0.25 percentage point shaved off GDP. That might not sound like much, but in real terms, that's 12 million work hours lost, businesses shutting down, and a potential spike in fruit and veggie prices. That's on top of possible rises in building and construction costs, so if you were hoping to get some renos done this year, you might be paying through the nose. And here's the wild part. This isn't even the full picture yet. The final cost to the budget? We'll only get a proper look at that next Tuesday when the government lays its cards on the table. Until then, all we've got is speculation, and plenty of political mudslinging. Now, here's where things get a bit sus. Yes, natural disaster recovery is essential spending, no one's denying that. But is Labor conveniently wrapping their budget decisions in the cyclone response so they can dodge criticism? Chalmers made a point to remind everyone that when the opposition talks about wasteful spending, they are including disaster relief funds in that. That's a bold claim, but it also does a great job of painting Dutton and his mates as the villains before they even get a chance to respond. Clever politics, eh? Meanwhile, Angus Taylor is off doing a little marginal seat tour, probably trying to clean up his own image. But let's be real, Labor's strategy here is clear as day. They are making damn sure that if the coalition comes after them for budget spending, they'll look like the bad guys who want to slash funding for disaster victims. That's a smart move, but is it an honest one? So, where does this all go from here? Well, in 8 days' time, we'll see the full budget breakdown. And that's when the real fireworks start. If Labor plays this right, they could lock in public sympathy and crush the coalition's attacks before they even begin. But if Dutton and Taylor can convince Aussies that this is just another excuse for reckless spending, Labor's in for a tough fight. One thing's for sure, this election is already shaping up to be a bloody brutal one, and we are only just getting started. So what do you reckon? Is Labor actually looking after Aussies, or are they hiding behind Cyclone Alfred to dodge criticism? Should Dutton go full Trump mode and take the fight to them, or will that just backfire? Drop a comment below, I want to hear your thoughts. And if you're sick of all this political theater, check out our Albo Says Relax t-shirt, Only on sale for the next 48 hours. Links in the description. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned because next week's budget is gonna be absolute chaos.